Welcome to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, founder of the Reiki Business Collective and creator of the Build Your Reiki Business program, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Greetings, welcome, and thanks for joining me. It's Christian, so honored to welcome you to another episode, so thank you so very much. In this episode, we're talking about email. Specifically, I'm going to share with you some of my tips for how to choose an email sender. So first of all, when we talk about email, you may be thinking, oh, I don't need this episode. I already use email. Well, of course, we all use email, right? Whether Gmail or Yahoo. That's not the kind of email I'm talking about. The kind of email I'm talking about in this episode, and really anytime I talk about email, is about using an email sender, a program to send out emails to your audience. This is through a program like a Constant Contact or a MailChimp. You know, the kind of email sender that you would use to send the monthly Reiki newsletter that many practitioners send out. That's the kind of email I'm talking about when I talk about email. Now, before you think, oh, this episode isn't for me because I'm not interested in that, hold on. I really believe that the vast majority of Reiki practitioners would really benefit from using email, and that those who are already using it indeed can be doing better with it. That's why on August the 30th, I am hosting the free Sacred Inbox workshop. And in this workshop, I'm going to show you how to get started with using email and why it is so important for your Reiki business. You can learn more and register on the link down below, reikibusinesssummit.com/email. And even if you can't join live, you will get the recording. But indeed, email is for any Reiki business and even potentially all Reiki businesses. And so in this episode, I'm sharing some tips with you on how to choose an email sender. So first of all, what is an email sender? This is a program that you sign up for and use to write and send out your emails, whether that's your monthly newsletter or however frequently you might send emails, but the monthly newsletter is really so very typical of Reiki businesses. This program, like a MailChimp, a Constant Contact, ConvertKit, or any others that you might have heard of, houses a list of emails. These are emails of people who have given you permission to email them. So whether they've signed up for something, they have told you they want to receive emails from you, or however they have given permission, the important thing is that they have given permission to receive emails from you. And so this list is housed in this email sender program. And then from that program, you can write and send emails out to those people on the list. That's really basically what an email sender is. So it might seem confusing and it might seem highly technical, but really at its most basic, it's just a program that holds an email list for you of people that you have permission to email, and it allows you to write and send emails to all of those people with the click of a button. So what the email sender does is it sends out, once you click the button to send, it sends out the email to all of those people on your list, whether it's 10 or 10,000. It will send the email to those people on the list at the click of the button when you click send. Now you can maybe see the real benefit in this, right? That you can email 10 or 10,000 people all at one time rather than sending one email at a time. Pretty efficient and pretty convenient, right? Now you might be thinking, well, Christian, I can send out my list. It's so small that I just send an email to myself and BCC everyone who's given me permission. And so when I send it out through my Gmail account, I just put everyone, I copy and paste everyone into the BCC, and they're all getting the email that way. Sure, you can do it that way, but the truth is, it is really not the best way. It is really not the most efficient way. And honestly, it's also not the most professional way. Because especially depending on who you are emailing and how you are getting permission to email them, it is essential that they have an easy way to be able to unsubscribe, to be able to say, no, I don't want to receive emails from you anymore. And the best, easiest, most convenient, most professional, and most law-abiding way to do that is through an email sender where they can just simply unsubscribe when they're no longer interested in receiving those emails. What's also really great about using an email sender rather than the BCC function in your email is that it also allows you to know whether or not your audience is even reading your emails or even cares what you're sending. Because in addition to helping you comply with laws, yes, there are laws around email and sending emails. So other than helping you to comply with laws, an email sender will also give you data and statistics and feedback on the emails that you're sending out, to know whether or not they resonate with your audience, whether or not people are opening them, clicking on them, and care about what you're sharing with them. And of course, the convenience factor for us is huge. An email sender will house all of your past emails so that you can just simply reuse old emails. Now, I will say this isn't something I do in my Reiki business, but after years of sending emails, I could just send the same emails again and again and again. And, with so many emails, years of emails, no one would even notice. I don't do this, but I could. And so the convenience factor in just reusing what you've sent before is massive, right? But even if you don't want to resend the same emails again and again, you could use pre-existing emails as a template, and they're all housed, they're all stored in your email sender program. So how do you choose an email sender? I have 4 things that I want you to be on the lookout for when you are choosing an email sender. Now, first of all, number 1, if you are thinking, oh my gosh, this just sounds like another thing that I have to worry about, another thing that I have to manage, and another thing that I have to pay for, I want to first and foremost encourage you that there are free versions of email senders out there, and I recommend that you start with free first. So number 1, on your email journey, always start with a free program, because there is no need, no reason to pay for an email sender right at the beginning. Now, of course, I pay for my email sender, and I have for years, and that's because I have so many people in my email community that I have to pay. And it's also because I want to pay for additional features that you do not need when you're first starting out. So number 1, look for a free version of an email sender. So a free version for an email sender is typically going to be based on the number of subscribers. And many email programs like a ConvertKit, which is now just called Kit, or MailChimp, or MailerLite, will typically offer a free version up to a certain number of subscribers. So up to 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. They will allow you to use their email sender for free. So you can add people onto your list and you can use their email sender for free up to maybe 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 people in your email community. Now, for most Reiki business owners, that's a lot. And for most Reiki business owners, you may never have to pay for an email sender because you may never exceed that 1,000 subscriber threshold. I believe currently MailChimp only allows up to 500. They used to allow up to 2,000, and I would always recommend MailChimp as the best to use because of that high threshold, but they ratcheted that number down to 500, so I no longer recommend MailChimp. MailerLite and ConvertKit do allow up to 1,000 subscribers for free. So you can email up to 1,000 people at no cost. That's pretty good. So always, first and foremost, number one, look for a free version and start for free with your email sending. Now, the way that it works when you are getting into paying for an email program is that it's typically based on the number of subscribers. So you pay based on the number of subscribers that you have in your email sender. So once you hit 1,000 subscribers that they are sending emails to, then they are probably going to start requiring you to pay. And they charge based on a block of subscribers. And so you might pay, let's say, $15 a month for 1,000 to 2,000 emails in your program. So your email sender is going to charge you maybe $15 a month if you have 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers in your email program. Then once you hit 2,000, they might charge you $20 or $25 a month for 2,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 people on your email list. So typically an email sender will charge per block of emails, and it's always based on a number. So how many? Except for Flowdesk, which does not charge per block of subscribers. They allow an unlimited number, but Flowdesk doesn't have all of the same features as many of the others. But anyway, typically an email sender will charge per block of subscribers, so for a range of subscribers, and they charge you based on that number. The number two thing to look for when you are looking at choosing an email sender is if they allow you to create landing pages. A landing page is just a standalone page, a page that has a link and that you can copy that link and send it to people, and anyone can visit that page with a link. Now, I recommend checking to see if any free email sender you might use has free landing pages that you can create, because this is a way that you can create a free fake website. So a pseudo website. So I have a whole method for this where you can go and create a free kind of website that you can use as a stand-in for a free website while you are just starting out on your Reiki business journey. So I actually do recommend starting with an email sender before starting with a website. If you can believe that, yes, I do, because you can create a free landing page website, or even some email senders will allow you to create a full website for free that you can use as a workaround for a paid website as you are starting and building your Reiki business. There's a lot more to say about landing pages, but email senders will offer templates for creating them. So no, it isn't something that you have to be really technically savvy about. A landing page is something you can use to have a sign-up form where people can go to this landing page, you share the link with them, and they go to the page in order to sign up to join your email community. So that's number 2. Check to see if that free email sender offers landing pages for free as well. And number 3, check to see if they offer embed forms. This is a sign-up form that you can embed on another page that takes HTML code. So you might be thinking, oh my gosh, now he's getting really technical. No, it's still just a simple copy and paste. So with an embed form, and you can see embed forms all over my website. So if you go to get the Reiki Biz Kit, for instance, standingstoneshealing.com/Reiki Biz Kit, where you put your information in to receive the Biz Kit, your name and email address, that's an embed form. Or if you go to sign up for the Sacred Inbox Workshop on August 30th at reikibusinesssummit.com/email, where you put your name and email address in, that's an embed form, EMBED, embed form. It's a form that's embedded onto another page. And so that form is not native to the website where it's located. In other words, the information is directed to somewhere else, and that somewhere else is my email sender. And I currently use MailerLite. So when you fill in your name and email address on that embed form to sign up for the Sacred Inbox Workshop, that information is being sent to MailerLite. MailerLite is adding you to the list for the Sacred Inbox Workshop. MailerLite is automatically sending you an email that says, welcome. Glad that you signed up for the workshop. And then when I send you the Zoom link for the workshop, I will be sending it only to people who have signed up for it and are on that particular Sacred Inbox list. And remember, you get on the list by filling out the form on the reikibusinesssummit.com/email website. But embed forms are very helpful if you are doing something like that, where you want to bring people to your website, not a landing page. So you already have a website and want people to sign up for your email community on your website, then an embed form is going to allow you to do that with an almost seamless kind of look to it, like it is part of the website. An embed code is just a simple HTML code. No, you don't need to know HTML. The email sender will generate it for you. You just copy and paste it into your website. It's as simple as that. You just drag the HTML code part where you want it to live on your website, and then paste what the email sender gives you, and boom, you've got a sign-up form on your website. So embed forms are very helpful. That's the term that you want to look for when you are looking for an email sender. The number 4 thing to look for with an email sender is the deliverability rate. Now, technical glitches happen. They happen all of the time. And so even when you have an email sender and you are sending out an email, whether it's to 10 or 10,000, not everyone is going to get that email. Yes, not every single person is going to get that email because things happen. Things just get lost in the ether of the internet. And it happens all of the time, not just with sending emails. But deliverability is important because we want to make sure that when we send out an email, it's going to get to more people than to fewer people. Now, one of the reasons I chose MailerLite when I switched from MailChimp, I moved from MailChimp years ago when I hit that 2,000 limit. And I knew when I signed up for MailChimp that when I hit that 2,000 limit, I was going to switch because MailChimp charges more for the same features. And when I say charges more, I mean they charge a lot more than many other email senders. So I signed up for MailChimp knowing full well that eventually I would be leaving MailChimp once I hit that 2,000 limit on their free plan. When that time came, I did an extensive search to find the right email sender for me. And one of the things I looked at was deliverability. Now, any of the larger email senders are going to have solid deliverability. Solid meaning higher than a 90% deliverability. But you want to get as close to 100% as possible. 100% deliverability is not going to happen. But the higher you can get, the better. MailerLite supposedly has the best deliverability of all email senders, but I know I get plenty of emails from people saying, hey, I never got my Reiki Biz Kit. And when I go and look in the system, I can see clearly, no, the system never sent you the Reiki Biz Kit, even though I can see clearly you signed up for it. So just know that always there are going to be people who don't receive every single email you send. But deliverability is important, and that's why a program like a SendFox is a newer email program, a newer email sender. They're very low cost. It's from the same company, AppSumo, that developed TidyCal, which is a very low cost calendar program. But SendFox does not have the best deliverability. And I recommend, rather than using something like a SendFox and paying for a SendFox, like the $50 or whatever it is for SendFox, to instead get on a free plan for a larger email sender with better deliverability. So let's talk about some specific senders you may want to consider. A very common one is Wix. And so if you have a Wix website, you might say, oh, I don't need an email sender. I have Wix, and I can just send it through my Wix website because they have a built-in email sender. I don't recommend this. I actually recommend not using the Wix email sender and signing up for a third-party separate email sender because Wix has some weird stipulations. You can only email a certain number of people. They have very limited features, and you can get more out of a free email sender than you can through your Wix email sender. So I don't recommend Wix. SendFox, yes, very low cost, and it's worth trying out if you want, but like I said, you can often get more with a free version of an email sender than you can on the paid version of a SendFox, even though it is very reasonable in terms of its cost, but its deliverability rate is just not there. It's not nearly as good as the deliverability rate of a more established email sender. MailChimp, of course, is a solid choice, but like I mentioned, they cost a little bit more than other comparable email senders. Same thing with Constant Contact. Constant Contact is solid. They've been around for a long time, and they're a great choice. And as you are reviewing features, you may find that Constant Contact is a little bit more expensive than other email senders. The two that I recommend are ConvertKit, again, also called Kit, and MailerLite. ConvertKit is a little bit more expensive than MailerLite, but it does have some features that MailerLite does not. But I ultimately decided on MailerLite when I switched several years ago because they are the best at Stripe product integration with email. What that means is that I can have someone purchase a product through MailerLite. They get an email with that product. They get added to a list of people who have purchased that product in my email sender. And now I can send emails specifically to people who have purchased that product. No other email sender has that same robust capability as MailerLite, or at least not whenever I made the switch several years back. Now, there are other email senders out there, and there are more coming up all of the time, like MooSend is a new one, and there will be more and more as well. But I do recommend that every Reiki practitioner have an email sender and use it. I will be showing you exactly how to use it well in the energetic email presentation at September's Reiki Business Summit. But before then, I'm giving an introduction to my presentation for free with the Sacred Inbox Workshop, showing you how to get started with email and showing you why you want to get started with email and why I say with confidence that no matter where you are on your Reiki business journey, you want to be using email. Learn more and register at reikibusinesssummit.com/email. So, do you use email in your Reiki business? Do you have an email sender? What email sender do you use? And what are your tips for choosing an email sender? Join us in the Reiki Business Collective Facebook group and tell us all about it at facebook.com/groups/Reiki Biz. Sending lots of blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Thanks for tuning in to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend. Learn more about the Build Your Reiki Business program at standingstoneshealing.com/build. Sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business.